Hey everyone, Megalan7 here with my very first pickup video. This one's kind of special because it happens to be after I came back from a trip from Arizona. What all did I find? Well, the first thing I found at a store called Hastings was a new copy of Splinter Cell 3D for a total of $5. I knew it wasn't the best game, and after playing it I can agree that it has some issues. For only $5, I do not have a problem owning it. Also at that store, I found this neat little Atari 2600 Hot Wheel van. Now there's 6 in the series total, and the store did have all 6, but they wanted 5 apiece, so I decided just to stick with the Atari 2600 one. While up in Arizona, I hit up a flea market in the town I was staying in, and my first walkthrough didn't yield many results, but once walking through again, I started to actually come across some games. First game being Castlevania Curse of Darkness for the Xbox. It does have the manual, the discs in there, and everything looks good. Same vendor also had Megalan7's for the Xbox, Platinum Hits version. This one does not have manual. Got Dinotopia for the GameCube, manual included. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles covered in EB Games stickers. That's great. No manual in this one. Let me get the good stuff I found at this guy's booth. We have Legend of Zelda 4 Swords. And this one is complete. Manuals there, discs there. Other than where the price sticker on the game was. It looks good. And then what first pulled me to that booth, because it was sitting on top of the whole pile of games, Tales of Symphonia. Now unfortunately it is missing its manual, but both the discs are there. Been hearing good things about this game, so I've wanted to try it for a while, but I can never find a copy for like less than like $40. All the games that I just showed from the flea market, I paid a grand total of $15 for. At another booth at that same flea market, I found Madden 10 for the PS3. Yeah, I was excited when I found that one. Complete. I also found Hellboy, The Science of Evil for the PS3. It's complete as well. Paid $2 total for the 2 of those games. And they were $1 a piece. So I have no complaints. One more booth at that same flea market, I found 2 PSP games. They didn't have their case, which is unfortunate. Star Wars The Force Unleashed and X-Men Origins Wolverine. Fortunately, at a booth I visited earlier at that flea market, they had some empty PSP cases, which was great since I just got 2 games without a case. The cases were 4 for $1, which, hey, no complaints there. So next in my adventures in Arizona, managed to hit up a couple thrift stores and flea markets, which went alright. First thing I found was a copy of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. It's complete. I didn't realize I actually didn't have this game in my collection until a little while ago, so I was very happy when I found this for $5. Oh, and the PSP games, I paid a total of $5 for those. Forgot to mention that. At a Salvation Army, which the Salvation Army also had a $47 Xbox with no cables, Yeah, that's a great deal. It was found a Time Crisis 3 for PS2. Now you can see there's all kinds of stickers and shipping labels all over the box, which is really unfortunate. What's important is the guns are in there. The game's not, but we have guns and a little auxiliary cable needed for it. It was marked 7, but they only charged me 5. I have no complaints when money gets knocked off a price out of nowhere. Next thrift store, Vincent St. Paul, which once again had an overpriced Xbox, $55. I don't know if it had its cables. I didn't bother to check because $55 for an Xbox is horrible. I did find a couple game guides. You got the piggybankinteractive.com guide for Tomb Raider Underworld, Prima's guide for Tomb Raider The Angel of Darkness, and a piggybankentertainment.com guide for Tomb Raider Legend. Paid $1.50 for all three. My last thrift store find in this town in Arizona was quite a lot. As you can probably hear everything rattling in the background. We have an N64. And it does have a memory expansion. Now, there's N64 and the controllers and cables, which the controllers we have the smoke gray clear, all the cords got tangled together, that's great. The atomic orange, which is the one I really wanted because I haven't seen one of these before. The classic gray. And atomic purple. It also had some third-party rumble packs and memory cards, but they're nothing remarkable. At this Goodwill, I also found out that they send all their games to shopgoodwill.com, which was quite disheartening when I heard it. But the N64 with memory expansion and the 4 controllers cost me a total of $35, which isn't bad, especially considering that just looking up this atomic orange controller goes for about $20, so seems like a good deal to me. Got a couple things left before this video gets wrapped up. Found 2 Atari games. One I'd never seen before or heard of, Gopher. Yeah, dude's initials are written in, like, white out on the back. That'll be fun to try and clean off. And Dig Dug. Now, I paid $5 a piece for these Atari games, which is a bit more than I like to usually spend on Atari games, but Gopher I'd never seen before, so I didn't know if it was rare or some kind of, like, local-only game. And Dig Dug is just kind of a classic game I just wanted, so went ahead and dug a bit deeper into my wallet than I usually would have for Atari games. Not too upset. The very last thing I found in Arizona came from a little junk shop that I was told about by somebody who worked at the Goodwill that had a ton of retro games. Now, unfortunately, the guy who ran the store did look up prices of games, so there was no grand steals to be had. I wasn't going to find, like, Smash Bros. Melee for, like, $4. It was $23.50, which isn't bad. He wasn't full market value. He was just a little below it in most cases, or right about at it. But I did pick up a couple things just because there were some games that were enough below full market that I decided to go ahead and pick them up, or were games I wanted anyway. First game I picked up was Soccer for the NES, which was $4. Anytime I can find an NES game that I don't have in my collection for less than $5, I go ahead and grab it. Got Illusions of Gaia. I paid $15.50 for that. I'd heard really good things about the game, and I don't have very many Super Nintendo RPGs, and everybody seems to say that Super Nintendo RPGs tend to be really good. So I decided to go ahead and pay $15 for that. And then last is StarCraft 64, which I paid $22 for. Funny story about this one, when I was looking at his more expensive N64 games, which he keeps behind the counter to try and reduce theft, which makes sense. I first found a copy for $25, and then later through the stack I found a copy for $22. I could not find a reason for the price difference, but I put the $25 one back and took the $22 one, because why spend $3 more when I could not spend $3 more? Alright, the very last thing I have to show in this pickup video, found on bestbuy.com, it actually has a couple 3DS games for $5, being this one, Crossword Plus, only $5, so why not? Nothing else. It has a Club Nintendo code, so hey, that's nice. And Steel Diver, which I ordered both, but Steel Diver for some reason did not show up with the Crossword Plus. Not sure what's up with that, but it'll show up later, and so it'll probably show up in my next pickup video. Well, that's everything I picked up while I was in Arizona. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment. Alright, thanks everybody. Have a good day.